Hello everyone, it's Richard Lewis here again with another video. Today going to be giving you an update on what's been going on in this ongoing coaching cheating bug scandal in Counter-Strike. The day of reckoning is almost upon us. We've had this ESIC, that's the Esports Integrity Coalition investigation ongoing. We've gone past the point now where if you confess, you will get a reduced sentence. And obviously, I've done several videos highlighting some of the names. The bans have kept coming pretty consistently since all of this began. And again, big names involved, not just throwaway online shitters, top tier coaches from top tier teams. So just to remind you, we had Regin from Mouse Sports suspended. He made a confession publicly, and he had used it extensively in sort of multiple matches. You can see here the match the 32-year-old listed took place against Havu, against 3D Max, and against Pro 100 in various online cups. Regin did stress he had never used the exploit while being part of the German organization, beyond coming across it accidentally in the ESL 1 Road to Rio, which Mouse Sports have confirmed alongside the investigation that was going on with Mikhail Slowinski, the person who kind of kickstarted it all. But basically, Mouse Sports took the decision to suspend him indefinitely, and I imagine that we are going to see Regin get a pretty sizable ban, honestly, when ESIC comes in. I mean, if you think about the way the bans have been scaled so far, you're seeing people get, 6 months for one instance. There's at least 3, potentially 4, maybe more, depending on what's been found in the interim since he's sort of come out and admitted he'd used the bug. So he's going to be at the higher end of the ban scale. Could be 2 years, could be more. It really depends what ESIC want to do for him. Then you've got Finn or F1N. This is the coach who was coaching Gambit youngsters, and he said he had used the exploit during a map against AGO. That's the Polish organization, and that was in the Counter Pit tournament. And he said that he realizes the gravity of the situation. Gambit youngsters actually went on to lose that series. And, yep, he did a little confession on Twitter, which will be factored into his sentencing. But Gambit Youngsters also suspended him, so he's out of a job and staring at an ESIC ban. And I guess this is as good a time as any to remind you, when I'm talking about the ESIC bans, the Esports Integrity Coalition is a group of tournament organizers. The ban is universally applied across all of those tournaments. So the big ones are DreamHack, ESL, ESEA, the Blast, I think, as well, are alongside ESIC. The ban will apply to all of those tournaments. So essentially, these guys are going to be out of work, in a coaching capacity at least, for that period of time. That was F1. And we had another chap, again, a bit further down the pecking order. This was on the HLTV sister site, dust2.dk. It's a Danish site, so I've got it Google translated here for you all. And this is a guy, can't really pronounce his name. It's Kazel or Carl, maybe it's pronounced, but Casle, who was a coach in Singularity. He used the bug in a single match and put a confession. He said, "I'm very usually an honest man. My love for CS is so great. I work 70 hours a week because I can't quit CS. But a wrong decision was made when the bug suddenly occurred, and I decided to use it, whether it was pressure or what. I should not be able to say, but certainly it was foolish." So this is somebody that's probably going to get, one of the lower end of the bans, but a ban all the same. And then we have this, ents, another huge name. The Finnish team, Finnish organization, they've been on the come up. They've been having an uptick in form because since they brought in Jampi, they've really fallen off for a while. Start to turn the corner, and unfortunately their coach has become embroiled in this scandal. The incident he used it in was 2017, so before he was even in ents. So it's even worse for the org because they're going to lose a coach for not that they're, relying on part of their infrastructure. And he didn't even break any of the rules while he was part of that organization, but it's the organization that has to take the appropriate action. He's suspended as well. You can see ents put a statement out saying, as of today, we've suspended our head coach because he notified us of a coaching bug incident back in 2017. We consulted with ESIC to investigate the matter. We've decided to suspend him from his duties until further notice. And again, probably looking at a low-end ban, probably a 6-monther based on what we've seen so far. But ultimately, it totally depends on how many instances come out in the mix. Now, the thing that's really disappointing me, and the reason why I'm telling you that a day of reckoning is coming, is that these are all the ones we know about. These are all the ones that have gone public. We knew when ESIC agreed to take on the investigation, they were going to go back to 2016. Right, which is a considerable amount of time. They were going to analyze 25,000 demos over that period of time. They have software that can essentially zip through, see if there's a bug, take you to the point the bug is being used, and you can then ascertain for how long it's for, record it, put it in an investigation file. But according to my sources at ESIC, this is one of the biggest investigations they've ever done. It's a huge, sprawling time sink. And what the people that have been brought in to help, one of which is Steve Dudenhofer, who has a full-time position with ESEA, who are owned by MTG. He has said, we are still not finished. This was just yesterday at the time of recording this video. We still are not finished, but so far we've got confirmed cases of coach bug abuse going back to the third quarter of 2015. So that means there has been 5 years of potential abuse, all because nobody wanted to publicly report it. And I'm just so bitterly disappointed that this is the case, because what that means, guys, in essence, is that for 5 years this has existed. For 5 years, people have known about it. They haven't told Valve. They haven't told TOs. They didn't go public. They didn't record it and put it on a YouTube video. They didn't reach out to, someone like a 3 Clicks Phillip or a journalist like somebody like me. Nobody did anything. And this is such a terrible look for a scene that has been embroiled with scandals prior to this. We've had betting scandals, skins casino scandals, match-fixing scandals. There's more match-fixing scandals to come. Smoke bugs being used. Lots of questionable conduct. And now, potentially 5 years of online matches have been completely derailed. There are going to be instances, there are going to be examples over a 5-year period, probably where the outcome of games, where the bug was used, has impacted on the careers of those players. Like maybe they've been dropped by an organization, maybe a player's kicked from a team, and it's through no fault of their own. And we've allowed this to go on and continue, and it's just awful. It just reeks of dishonesty. I mean, one thing I hope that ESIC do, when they finish this investigation, I hope that they do look at the people that clearly must have known about it. Like, the further back you used it, you should get a stricter sentence, in my opinion, because you've known about it for longer. By the way, you could have used it in 2015 and told people in 2017, and probably no one checks. You probably would have got away with it. But no, it's this idea of always wanting to keep it in the locker. Maybe use it here, use it there, use it sparingly. Maybe share the information with friends. And I've seen this happen time and time again in the pro counterstrike scene, where there's bugs and exploits and pro players and coaches know about it, and they share it among themselves, among their little group, and they use it and abuse it. And then we all go, oh yeah, bloody hell, it's public now. This is another reason why it's super important, no matter what anyone else tells you, these bugs have to be made public. It doesn't matter if it's going to disrupt your pub games for a week until Valve get around to fix it. It's imperative that this information is made public. And if the bugs can't be fixed, hell, at least everybody can abuse the bug, not just a select elite few who are using it for nefarious purposes to win money. So this ESIC investigation is going to be huge. It's going to drop the hammer. I already said in another video I did over at Deserto, I think Valve are going to use this to essentially pressure the leagues to ban the coaching role for online play. This bug can't be done at LANs. There's no need, in my opinion, to review the coaching role at LAN. But online, you can't have this. You can't even have the risk now. The coaches that have used this bug have ruined it for everybody else. And yeah, when the bans come, fuck them. You know, that's my opinion. Like, no sympathy for the devil. Like that, it's ridiculous what you've done, and how it's going to impact on honest coaches moving forward. The people who've abused this bug should be thoroughly ashamed. But we're days out from knowing about this, so watch this space. Anyway, as always, I'll be bringing you the latest news and giving you my opinion about things that are going on. Follow me on all of that stuff that just flashed up on the screen. Thanks for watching this video. Stick a comment and a like down there for the algorithm, and I'll see you next time.